Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review, and next up is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Wave 4 number 26. This is the Flint figure. So Flint and Lady J are both part of Wave 4. Of course, I already reviewed her. They come packed along with Cobra Commander again. But here we have another one finally. He does not have as many accessories as Lady J did. She came packed with all kinds of accessories. Some really cool things going on with her, such as the double jointed elbows that are pinless, bicep swivel on a female figure, so all kinds of crazy things. So this is an awesome figure. So Flint, I think, is going to have a hard time beating Lady J. So we shall see. So without further ado, let's get right to it. You can see Flint right there, typical packaging that we see with all the G.I. Joe Classified Series. But I like that here in the front we get we get artwork there of Flint, but on the side is actually different artwork, so that is actually really cool. Here on the back of the package, they did change it up a tiny bit. They actually included Major Blood up at the top. It is not something that they had in the previous ones, but that is the only change, just Major Blood, because the Cobra Island, like Cobra, the Firefly, Cobra Viper, Zartan, they added those other characters. So there he is. I got mine from eBay, so before you guys start asking, you know, where'd you get it, did your pre-order come in? I did hear today that Big Bad Toy Store has started to ship out orders. I don't know of anywhere else. Entertainment Earth was shipping out the full assortment cases. If you ordered those, some local shops will be getting them. I got mine from eBay. So there it is. Now let's open them up. Okay, and here is the Flint figure out of the package, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm a little disappointed. Not that he's not a good figure, he is, but he's lacking in accessories when we get a figure that is mainly reuse. Now, there are some new things, very little. We're talking the shin guards, and I got to double check those if those were used somewhere else, but and then the vest. Other than that, he's Duke. Same handgun. We get a new shotgun, which is pretty cool because it actually has that little articulated point right there, so you can actually make it look like he is reloading the shotgun. That is really cool. And then he has that beret, and I got to double check if that's the same one from Beachhead as well. So my first initial thoughts, I'm a little disappointed. Does it look really good? Yes. Is it a good figure? Yes. Is it a great figure? One that can really step up and show what Hasbro can do like Lady J? And the answer is no. So let's zoom in and take a look at his accessories, then we'll take a look at the figure and go on from there. Okay, so first we're going to take a look at the beret, his hat. It is not the same as the one that comes with Beachhead. Beachhead's had a little bit more curve to it, and then the top portion of the hat kind of drooped down a little bit more. So this one definitely is different. You can see that insignia there is red. It looks like we got some two guns and a sword kind of crossing over, if anyone is familiar with that. So there is his beret, and it fits on there quite nicely. It will not fall off. You kind of got to tug on it a little bit to get it to come free, and goes right back on nice and easy. It will keep its shape, so you don't need to worry about that at all, but it is kind of a soft rubbery material. Next is the handgun that he comes with, and this is the same that actually came with Duke. At least Duke's got some paint on it. Here we just have this dark gunmetal gray color. It's not exactly a black. It is a dark gray, but there is no color to it. But again, we have seen this before. And next is the shotgun, and this is pretty cool. We get this nice brown color here for the pump, and then we have 4 additional shotgun shells there, and they use a gold color for it, so that is pretty cool. Looking on the back again, that pump gets that brown color, and the awesome thing here is it has a point of articulation, so you can do that. So as if, you know, he were reloading, you know, you don't get any little tiny shotgun shells or anything, because obviously that would be, you know, safety hazard, choking hazard, and all that. But they at least sculpted down there in the barrel where you would actually load the shotgun shell. So that is pretty cool. So I like the way that is. So this is something new. We have not seen this shotgun with any previous G.I. Joe Classified Series figure, so that is all new. So that is pretty cool. It even has a hole in there, so if you had some kind of blast effect, I'm sure you can port one right on in. And just to show you guys, so that little smoke effect that came with like the Marvel Legends Black Widow figures, so you can actually do that, so it can look like he had just fired it. So not bad. Okay, so here's an up-close look at the Flint figure, and again, it's a very good-looking figure, but it is basically the Duke figure. The body is about 90% the same. We get a new vest, we get a new belt, we get new calves or boots, the shin guard portion, but other than that, the feet are the same, the arms are all the same, everything is the same. If you notice here, the way the torso is, so this part of his chest is actually the part of the black plastic of that top shirt. So that skin tone is painted on there, and you can see the black fading through on some of those spots, but overall it's really not that bad. I think the head sculpt looks pretty good. I know some people are a little iffy on kind of the facial expression and things. The scar over his left eye looks pretty good. I think the sculpt came out nicely. The hair, I think, looks really good. You kind of have that fade going, and it comes off nicely throughout. You could see there. I think it actually came out looking pretty good, and the hair itself looks came out decently. We get some color here, a little bit of that turquoise color, but for the most part, we get kind of the toned down colors, the muted colors. We got a lot of dark greens and things like that. We get a bunch of shotgun shells there, so they painted all the gold there, which is pretty cool. We get black in there as well. We get this dark gray color on parts of the vest there. A little bit of gold on that belt buckle, a little bit of gunmetal there on that buckle in front. Looks like we get, it's hard to tell exactly what those are. I would say grenades. Those are painted a dark green color. Looking at the black back of the vest, the really cool thing is we actually get weapon storage, so you can actually store his shotgun like so, which is nice. He has the holster on his right leg, same exact holster that Duke uses, since it is the same handgun, so you could just holster his weapon like so. And the hat, of course, you know, goes on his head. So he holds all his accessories, which is really nice. We get this nice camo deco on the legs. The knee pads are just that dark gray color, as well as the shin guards. The shin guards are new. I looked through all the other figures. These have not been used before, so those are new. You can see the brown boots with the black soles, like so. But again, very good looking figure, just a lot of reuse. And I myself haven't messed with the torso yet to see how the articulation is going to be, but just know that yes, the articulation will be extremely limited because of that vest, which is something Firefly suffered from, Beachhead suffered from, Roadblock has suffered from. All these figures, they look good with those vests, but they're hard to move around. So let's zoom out and take a look at that. Okay, so let's go over Flint's articulation. So the head and the neck are two separate points of articulation. So the head is on a ball joint with hinge, so he can look down that much. He can look up all the way, which is great. And then, of course, that neck on there, there's not as much wiggle room as some of the other figures, but you could see you kind of get some circular motion in that neck itself, which would also give you a swivel, but then you could also swivel the head like so. So if you wanted to do a pivot, you would pivot the neck portion there. The arms go up that high. You get a full rotation. Of course, you have an upper bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow, which is not pinless, because the first wave of G.I. Joe figures were not pinless. So again, these are the same arms as Duke. You have the watch there that is black. The torso, there is an ab crunch, and then the waist ball. So you get the waist ball gives you some motion there. So you're only going to get him to tilt to the left that much, tilt to the right that much, going back a little bit, coming forward not a whole lot, because that vest is just really in the way. At that waist ball, you actually get a swivel as well, so you can get him to turn. But the ab crunch is in there. You're not going to get to use it. Forgot to mention there is a butterfly joint, so you can get the arm to go back a little bit. You come forward a little bit. It's there. You don't get a huge amount, but again, it is there. Wrists swivel and they hinge. This is a vertical hinge on his left. It is a horizontal hinge on his right. The legs, we have the drop down feature, so he can kick forward that high there. You can get the legs to go out that far apart. You have an upper thigh cut. You get a double jointed knee like so. Swivel at the boot. Foot hinges down all the way. Hinges up slightly. That foot is going to hit that shin guard, which is we've seen with pretty much all the figures. Peg holes at the bottom of the feet and ankle pivot. So typical articulation, just like a lot of them, though, that the vest really hinders what Flint can actually do. Now let's see him next to some other Joes. Okay, so here I wanted to show you guys Flint next to Duke specifically, because they're essentially, again, the same figure. We're just getting different different boot pieces right there, and it's actually just the shin guard that is different. The boot themselves are actually the same, so it's just a different shin guard that's actually on there. So basically the entire figure is the same. New head sculpt, different shin guards and then a vest added on top instead of the crossbody, and then of course a different belt. But again, essentially the same figure. So you would think that if they're reusing all these new parts, they didn't spend the money on new molds. Why couldn't we get additional accessories? Handgun, cool. Shotgun, cool. Beret, okay. I mean, it makes sense for the character, but that's it. You know, Duke got a backpack. He got that same handgun. He had several different accessories that he came with. But why does Flint kind of get like nothing? Here's Duke's accessories. You get the backpack, you get the handgun, you get those binoculars, then you get a rifle there. So why? That's just kind of my thing. Why did they not do that? But it is what it is. Throwing Roadblock into the mix, and you can see that Flint is essentially the same size as Duke. He kind of standing a little bit differently because I kind of how the left leg is very wonky on these figures, and I always thought it was weird with Duke. But like if you're looking at the figure, like his left leg, let me brighten up the screen. Notice how the shin guard on Flint is just kind of tilted to the side. I always thought that was a weird thing, but with Flint here, you could really notice kind of the difference in what is going on there. I don't really know, but he suffers that same problem, even though I think he's in a better stance than I can kind of get the Duke figure. Duke, his legs just kind of want to go back into the tight spot that he's in, probably because I keep him in the packages. I just have nowhere to put my G.I. Joe figures, and then he's definitely shorter than Roadblock. Okay, and here we have our Wave 4. We have Flint and Lady J. Cobra Commander is also included in Wave 4, but it is the same figure from Wave 2, and did it come out in Wave 3? I don't think it came out in Wave 3, but there's been a lot of Cobra Commander figures that have been released. It's just kind of over and over and over again. I think Cobra Commander's a little played out. I think they need to start switching it up. Even throw in any of the other figures from Wave 1 or Wave 2 and just put them in there. I don't mind the repacked figures in case assortments, but when it's the same figure over and over again, and there were like 3 Cobra Commanders in Wave 2, it starts to be too much. I think Hasbro needs to find that balance, and I know first things first is get the damn figures into the store. Like, I get it. I know there's going to be some comments in there that are going to mention you can't find them. Again, I think some of that is going to be retailer issues, not ordering enough product. Is Hasbro pushing them and showing them the data to say, hey, these are popular figures, order more? Or is it a manufacturing issue and Hasbro's dropping the ball? I don't think it's all Hasbro. I think a lot of it is on the retailers. I'm sure Hasbro has blame in there somewhere as well, so don't get me wrong. But hopefully we get to see more G.I. Joe figures, just not any more Cobra Commander figures, because we have 3 different variants, and he keeps popping up. But Wave 4 right there, 2 figures per wave. That's kind of a bummer, but hey, at least it's kind of slow going, and if you're collecting other figure lines, it makes it a little bit easier, I guess. I mean, you guys can let me know down in the comments below what you think of that. But what do you think of this Wave 4? Is it a solid wave? Thumbs up, thumbs down? What do you guys think? Wave 1 had the most, the biggest assortment, right? There were 5 figures in that wave, and then Wave 2 had 3 figures, and then Wave 3 had 2 figures, the Zartan and the Cobra Infantry, and the Cobra Infantry was basically a repaint of the Cobra Trooper. And then here, Wave 4, 2 new figures. So there we go. G.I. Joe Classified Series keeps on going. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Flint figure. Reuse is disappointing. It's to be expected with action figures, and especially with Hasbro, right? We know that Hasbro is the king of repaints and reuse. We get it. Mattel does it too. All these other companies do it too. McFarlane releases the same exact figure, no paint variation with a different head, but whatever. So I don't always mind it when we get a different character and it changes things up. It's disappointing to see it so early in the line, I guess, when they can create the new molds now and kind of get them out of the way. But it is what it is. You know, it's going to happen. I was thinking Flint would have a lot of new pieces, and he just doesn't, and I guess that's okay. I just wanted more accessories from him, but what we got was really cool. The shotgun, I really, really like the shotgun. The handgun, no big deal, but the shotgun's the real highlight for me, and overall the figure does look really good. But you guys let me know down in the comments below what you think of this Flint figure. Are you picking it up? Probably if you see it in the store, because you may not ever see it again. But hey, did you pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store Ship or Entertainment Earth if you bought the assortment cases? Again, I got mine on eBay. But you guys let me know all of that down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.